start a host of feelings and memories through Tuscaloosa and Baton Rouge. Moments of frustration, disbelief, and jubilation due to the battles that these two have had. From national championship games to season derailments, this rivalry has had it all, and we've got even more for you today. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. From the gun to give, looking for room. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Price. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Russell. Finds his man. It's Meadows. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the 1st down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely to want to reach his arms out there and try to catch that thing.
There he goes. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
They'll run the toss. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoff. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Alabama!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking for space. It's Durham. How about that weight room work he's showing off there as he gets across the 20? They'll mark it at the 22.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The running back has it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it. But the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop. And now you set up third down. And this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Pulls it in. It's Anderson. And the explosiveness, the big gainer, gets it to the 49-yard line.
And I don't know as a defense on third down how you let that guy be wide open. You can let the tight end be wide open. Maybe a running back leaks out. You're not letting one of the best wide receivers in all of college football be that scot-free. That was just way too easy for the offense.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. Fires one high and deep. Makes the grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes that Alabama offense. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. Got the first down, looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run, and if you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
Thrust that arm out. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
Defensively, it's like which one of these guys are the most dangerous? Goodness gracious, you got so many guys that spread you out with speed and wide receivers that you think about taking away the passing game. And then what do? They put him in motion. And he goes across the formation really quickly. They give him the football, and he just so fast, chews up yardage. Defensively, there's so many things to be talking about, to be talking through. And then they do stuff like that. It's even more confusing.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Quarterback making adjustments. They've softened them up with the run. Now to throw it. Working on the right. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Gonna run it. It's Price. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about hitting that puppy out.
They'll give it to the back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Manning. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
They're going to run it. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. We've played 1, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Power football with the run. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive. Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Manning. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Catch in the middle, it's Green.
And that's exactly your job when you're a defense. You know, they're going to make throws, they're going to make catches. I got to get them on the ground. I got to limit the gap, the yards up to the catch. Nice job breaking on the football and getting the wide receiver on the ground.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. Wants to keep it in the air. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Quarterback on the keeper. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it.
Moving toward the end zone, and fumble!
Deep breath, right, man? You fumbled up there, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you, because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! Quick strike through the air for the score.
3rd and goal situation, and as a quarterback, you're thinking, I got to find Mr. Dependable. Who is that? It's always the tight end. He does a nice job on the route. He's a really big target. That was a smart decision by the quarterback, and it ends up being a touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Snagged in the middle, it's Williams. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job on the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job on the D.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Russell. Finds a spot in the middle. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the 1st down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
This defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
It's complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Looking for the score. can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. This time it's complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. He was doing everything he could. Got away from one guy, but not that next one, and he came up short.
Yeah, he needed a few more extra efforts to find a way to make that happen. Nice catch. Nice job breaking the first tackle, but couldn't get rid of the next guy and get that extra yardage needed for the first down.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Tennessee is delivering an offensive masterpiece so far. It feels like they've been singing Rocky Top all day. They're up 14 over Kentucky. We'll keep an eye on things until the final quarter in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Give to the single back. On the move at the 30. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 30. He's at the... and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To throw, it's Russell. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Man, the defense, they haven't had an answer for this guy. He has been lighting them up in the pass game early and often so far, and that time just not able to hook up with his quarterback.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Quarterback making checks. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
When you're a play playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
So now it's 2nd and long. They just keep firing. That's caught. It's Hale. He's loose down the left side. Vincent, and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown time.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Coming out with it, it's Berry. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Manning. Gets open down the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Caught in the backfield. It's Durham. Crosses to 35. Oh, he's got some space. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field, and don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Man, this quarterback is having a first half. He's over 200 yards already, heating up, setting up. Dude, this dude might break his career high in passing. I don't know what it is. Somebody get stats for him.
LSU lining up first and goal. Touchdown LSU! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Russell. Going downfield for the big play. Reels it in down the left side. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Who needs a 2-minute offense? When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man quickly. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense.
Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. He's loose down the middle. Past the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll bring it out. It's Young. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick 6. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete.
He unleashes a long one. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Throws for the tight end. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Splits the uprights. Good. And that lead grows even bigger.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Edwards. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
They couldn't get anybody to bite on that one, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Well, the offense is trying to go with a trick play, and they're dialing up the reverse, but the defense had great eye discipline. They tracked the football from the running back to the receiver, and they were able to rally to him and make a big tackle for a loss.
Finds his man. It's Edwards. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Tigers have this offense rolling. Tight end now in motion. DB's right up on the receivers. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Johnson looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Green. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Right back to him on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, after putting up 5 sacks in their last game, this defense was hungry for more coming into this one, and they knew it was going to be maybe a little bit tougher going up against this offensive line. They've had some struggles in this game so far getting to the QB, but they finally got to him there.
It's second and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. It's a running room. They get him out of bounds, couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest. and that generates a huge...
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Durham. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Durham. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Is that guy's foot human? My goodness, did he hammer that ball from distance.
And that's a really good response by this defense. Their offense throws an interception, puts them in bad field position. They respond with a stop, force a field goal. Yeah, they got 3 points, but great job by this defense.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. If it's over, moving behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, all right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Stone. Quick strike complete. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. On his way back from the 20. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Berry. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
From the gun, running back on the move. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Johnson wants to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got room on the return. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Edwards. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Kickoff team is on the field, and we're ready to get this one underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Berry. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
Breaks into the open. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground, for goodness sakes. This guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
You can hand it to him, you can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? They're finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. What a great job on that kick, bouncing it out of bounds inside the 10. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that rain is coming to an end.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, it's Stone. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, LSU. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes that Alabama offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
and makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. Fires left. He's got it. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to scramble. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. He just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
To the air, it's Stone. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there, getting the sack.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down.